Hey guys, I'm going to be covering 4 trades of February. Last video was covering SIRC, which was a really good, holding overnight gap up play, which was my first trade ever. And then since then, I've done 4 more trades, one being a good profit, big loss, and a couple, cut even and a small loss. So I want to talk about all these and exactly what I did wrong and what I felt like I did right. I procrastinated this video just because I've had so much I want to do. So instead of doing each of these individual trades that I want to do in the future, I'm just going to wrap up all of these trades as finishing February. And then from moving this point forward, I'll do individual trades. I'm pretty sure, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I just want to jump right into it. Everybody wants to know what's going on, doesn't want to procrastinate. So I'm going to start with my 2 kind of break-even small losses, and then I'll go into my profit and my big loss to finish us out, and why that happened. It's a big loss for me, considering I've only taken 5 trades. I'm looking at a great profit of being like $100 would be amazing. $50 would be great. So taking, like a $300 loss was really, really sucky. But anyway, I'm going to start with SANP and GYST. Both of these were dip buys off of highs. Let me bring this back in. So we'll start with SANP. This was a complete break-even play. So I bought at 0.03, buying this morning, spiker off of its highs. I predicted this perfectly yesterday, but didn't play it, so making myself follow my guns. So essentially on this was yesterday there was, and it's not yesterday now, but yesterday I predicted all of these plays really well. I think specifically like this breakout here was really clean, and some of these dips, like this dip right here, I predicted means I caught the bottom. So I was mad at myself for not playing this, and so I knew I needed to play it today, if the opportunity came. SANP has been a good runner. It's got pretty good price action. So this spike here is 17%. So I was like, this is something I want to play. This is something I could get good profits on. And it seemed to be pretty clean. The panics were clean and the spikes were clean. So here we go. But essentially right here, I bought at 3 cents. So I saw some bottoming action. Really want to point out this increase of volume right here. I think is so key. When you're trying to catch the bottom, you need to see an increase of volume. If you're trying to catch a breakout as well, you need to see that increase because that's so important. Not every play has that volume increase breakout, but I really want to see that. It's confirmation for me, and I think that creates an A+ setup. If you got just a breakout, it's like, okay, that's good. If you got a breakout with volume, then it's like, here we go, confirmation. So saw the volume, reading level 2, which of course we can't see here, and I think it caught the bottom pretty good. I could have caught it better, but that's okay. Like I was within the first candle here, so I got filled right here at 3 cents. What you can't see is that VWAP was, I think, right around like 313, something around here. So it came up, hit VWAP, and was just consolidating here. So I was pretty much risking entry on this. And so when this consolidation, I was like, I'm going to hold here. I want to see some volume, but the volume went down and then it came back in with red. So I was risking my entry. It couldn't break through that VWAP. So exit, sold at $29.99, cutting my losses quickly on this, losing on commissions, failed to bounce and break VWAP. So essentially this was, I would play this again, honestly. Like I don't have any concerns with this play. I think it was a valid play. I think it was just a dud. The only thing is maybe get a better of a panic, but I wasn't even trying to panic this. I was just trying to buy it off its highs here for, because we got like a 17% panic. So I would still play this today. I don't think that this was a bad play. I think that it was just one of those ones where it couldn't break VWAP. We didn't get enough, power. The bulls weren't in charge, and so it just consolidated that, and it started to come down. So I'm proud of myself, though. I consider a good trade when I make good executions and I pick good tops and bottoms, or whatnot. So for me, I saw that this was downtrending, that it couldn't break that VWAP, and I think I got out. In some case, the best scenario at that break even, and then it just, as you can see, just drizzled the rest of the day and just went down. So yeah, SANP, no complaints on that. It was just a dud. So GYST, let's go to my notes on this. This was a dip off its highs as well. So entry comments was buying the stocks to trade news that has spiked, buying it off a dip off its highs, looking for a second spike to sell into. Stocks to trade breaking news is amazing. It is a beautiful alert, chat room. The only thing is they're very volatile. So I'm going to use them as like a watch list, coming from this point on. But I'm not going to play the volatility in the sense of like the news comes out, I play it, here we go, morning spike type of thing. But on here, I've been seeing so many run-ups, consolidation, and then having a second spike that would, break high of day. So when I saw this beautiful spike, this is a good 100% run-up. I mean, that's crazy. A lot of times I honestly wouldn't suggest that people follow, 100%, but because of the market was so hot at this time, then you could still play that and get another huge percentage. So I saw it coming down. It had this big red candle and then seemed to be supporting here at this level. This might have, I'm pretty sure also this was VWAP as well. VWAP is freaking amazing. So it was consolidating, supporting on VWAP, and I was like, here we go. So I bought right at this top of this wick here on this green candle at 395 right here. So cutting right there. And I was expecting to see a bounce and come back up, but it just kind of failed to. It had some really light consolidation, and I was just kind of like, okay, I'll hold this out. The volume definitely went away. And then when we had this big red candle, let's see, when did I got out at 34. So cutting losses quickly, failed to bounce after brief consolidation, so taking this loss while VWAP still supports it. So, oh yeah, and then an update, it broke VWAP 10 minutes and would have lost a lot. So again, really proud of this play because I guess VWAP would have been about right here then. Yeah, so it came down here and I was still watching it, and then VWAP, I was like hesitant of it because of the change of momentum. So I sold into this red candle here, took a small loss, and then as you can see, it broke VWAP and just went down. I think it kind of came back up, but it definitely trickled. So from where I was, it didn't have any action above my entry. So anything below when I sold would have just been a bigger loss. So again, on this, I guess my takeaway would be, I'm taking a break from playing stocks to trade breaking news because mornings are so volatile and unpredictable. So I'm going to look at late day patterns. I want things that are proven to me. In the mornings, you can be a little bit unpredictable, especially with the market conditions being what they are. Every day seems to be an unknown. Is it going to be a bounce? Is it going to be a reversal? Is everything going red? Or, we just don't know. So for a while, I'm taking a break of playing mornings unless you've got just this beautiful, beautiful sheer panic. Or if you have a dip and rip coming down and spiking, but we can talk about that later. So I guess that would be my takeaway is, just taking a break from the volatility of the stocks to trade breaking news mornings. But even in this, I would say statistically, it was a good trade as well. I think it was just a dud. I would say I got a pretty good entry on this. Definitely could have gotten better, but I didn't want to catch a falling knife. These can be really volatile. So I got an entry, and it had a lot of these stocks to trade breaking news had been double spiking. So I thought there was a lot of range for profit, but sometimes you're just wrong, and that's okay. And I, like I said, my exit all things considered, was a good exit. So I'm not, I'm not butthurt about it. I think it was a good play. So, all right. So those are my two dip buys. Now I want to talk about my two gap ups. So IQST was a profit for me. This was a good play. Let's see. I got this on the 17th. Entry comments bought at 127. Great news catalyst. Second green day. Nice trend all day. Ending strong. Hoping for a gap up and spike. Looking for a 10% gap up. Hoping for a 20 to 30% gain. So I had a really good plan on this, and I also had a really good exit or entry on this. I am very proud of this trade. I think all of the indicators were there for me. I really looked into this. I didn't rush it. On this entry here, I was very proud of this entry. I was watching this, resistance here of its run up right here, and then it seemed to have this support right here at like 24. So to me, this was the channel that I'm playing at for coming into the close. So when I saw this run up, I was like, okay, that's going to be a strong resistance. It came down. I was looking to buy around here at 325. This is when I was like, okay, I'm going to start looking for an entry on this. So when I saw it dip, I was like, this is really good. I want to get inside of this consolidation right here that's happening. But I still kind of, I was greedy. I wanted a little bit of a dip. But so I saw this consolidation, and I saw this green starting to run up right here. And that's when I decided to buy at 27, so just about right here. So I bought into this volume increase at 349 because I was so sure that as the day was ending, it wasn't going to break this resistance here. Or this support here, sorry, and I thought that it could still break out over this resistance level at 130. And this is a strong stock, good catalyst. So like I said, I was playing this for a gap up. So I was like, even if it does go down and I'm down a little bit at market close, I still have faith in this as a gap up play. So I was just, risking getting a better entry, which turned out to be absolutely amazing. So I got in at 127. And then it did exactly what I thought. So it ran up, volume increased at market close. It broke through and just had a beautiful run into market close here. Let's see if I get in at 127. So I got a solid 14% gain just before the market closed, and I mean that made me so happy. It was just confirmation that all right, I've got a good trade, So it closed, and I was looking for about a 10% gap up was my kind of hope and expectation on this. Let's see what it did end up gapping up. I know I'm giving you a little bit of a. It didn't really gap up at all, actually. Let's see, what did my notes say? So. Yeah, gap up was a fail, 0% gap up. So I followed the short morning spike, and I locked in my gains on this ticker because it wasn't following my plan. But I got executed perfectly on this. So the gap up was a fail, but my percentage goal was going to be a 20 to 30% total gain on this play. And as you can see down here, I got 25% on this play. So that was beautiful. So I hit my exact percentage goal, 25%. That's amazing. I didn't get full size on this. I was looking for a 500 position size, and I only got 301 filled. So this was a partial fill, which freaking butthurt on that because this was such a good play. I could have gotten like 200 on this, but so I played this into this little spike here in the morning. It failed to gap up. This was when, what was this, the 18th? I don't remember what market conditions were like, but obviously this did not like me. But I saw this, run up here, and because the gap up fail, I really wasn't trusting this at all. Like, I just didn't like it. And I wanted to lock in my gains of my amazing entry of, 27. So I had 14%
profits from the day, and so with the hesitation of the fact that it wasn't gapping up, I was like, ooh, I don't like this. So I saw this strength here in the run up, and I was like, hell yeah, that's what's up. And so I just decided to not get greedy, and I wanted to lock in my gains. It hit my goal of 20 to 30%, and I decided to sell somewhat into strength. Obviously, it wasn't technically into strength because it was kind of consolidating there, but I wanted to sell into this spike. I got executed beyond perfectly. I mean, let's go to my E-Trade here. Where is this? So, there's so many different things. So yeah, 59 right here at 934. That's what I was looking at. So at 934 was this red candle right here. I mean, holy cow. I caught that perfectly. And if you look, it was like the top of that red candle. So I saw this on level 2. For those of you who are wondering, how did I catch that exact top? Level 2. I saw that the buyers, had the morning for sure, and then I started to see it flicker. I started to see, the spread was coming a little bit closer. I started to see the sellers were moving their prices down, and everything was just kind of transitioning from the bull move of the morning. And again, I didn't want to get greedy. I wanted to lock in. So placed my order. I got filled pretty quickly. Super happy with this. Super proud of this. Also, to take note of, when I placed this order, 159 was not just a random place. I was watching level 2, and there was a level 2 bidder at 159, and all of the other bidders were already down, like 156, 157. So this was the last bid for 159. And I know, I checked the size, I only had a 300 position size, and his order to buy, I think, was like around 1,000 or something. So I don't know if he was covering or what he was doing, but so I was very specific. I think I was like the last person to get filled at 159 because I saw that market maker at 159, and I was like, he can fill my order. So that was very specific of catching that top there. So very proud of this. As you can see, sheer panic afterwards, and I think it ended red. It did not reclaim the day. So I caught the best of that move. I honestly should have dip bought this, but I think I just wanted to lock in my profits and not risk anything else. I'm so scared to play, but yeah, so that was super proud of that. So, and the daily too. I want to look at the daily on this. What day did I play this? This was the 18th. So yeah, it was a first green day. It had broken out, so I thought this was going to be a key level, and it really, I guess it was just a consolidation day. So it did continue to run later on, but I think it was just a little unlucky with that panic there. There wasn't really any cause for it that I was aware of. But so yeah, I'm proud of that trade. Let me go back to here. Locked in 25%, about $100. My executions on my exit were great. My entries were great, and I made a plan. So to me, the profit of the dollar gain means nothing to me. I mean, I was just proud of that. So, okay, the big loss. I had a hard time filling this in because, trying to find an average. So this was actually about a $300 loss for me, and that was just painful. I get my coffee. On this, I'm going to have total transparency, because I want to be somebody who new people can look at and be like, oh, damn, okay. If that happens to me, it's happened to somebody else. So SIML, this was a bust, man. This was all my fault as far as why I took such a big loss on this. And I'll go over exactly why that was. I hope I'm not showing anything I shouldn't show, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, this I have PTSD from this. So let me go. I got in at 166. So I'll go to my day here. And we'll go to this.
So, entry comments: love the daily consolidation into first green day, ending near highs, good price action, bought at 66 for a gap up, and hopefully spike and run tomorrow. So, everything was aligning for this the day before when it was 66. Again, I got a pretty good entry on this. I bought right here, kind of this breakout of consolidation, I would say, right here as the volume increased. So I got a good entry on this as well. No complaints on that. The volume increased second half of the day. I don't know if this was running on news, did I say? I didn't say anything about news. So this was just running, really good volume increase, beautiful, ending strong. I was like, here we go. Let's play this. Let's do this. It did have a gap up. So I had a gap up of 7%. So I was up from entry to gap up. I was up 16%, 15%. So I think I was up $100 when the morning happened. So that really sucked because not only did I take a loss, but I saw my gains get wiped away. Oh man, what a hell. It gapped up, everything was good, and it just panicked in the morning. Don't know why, don't know when, don't know where, but it was just sheer panic. And I now know I do not like sub penny plays. And I guess that's mental, I don't know. But when I have, I had 180,000 shares on this. I think that was about a $1,100, $1,200 size. So something about having 180,000 shares, I feel like it's harder to get out. And I know that doesn't make sense because the volume is so crazy. I could easily get, executed for that. Something's just mental with me, and I just don't like sub penny. It just messes with me weird. So it was panic. I was risking on this yesterday's close. So I was risking green to red on this play because I got a good entry. So that was 71. So my initial try to get executed was at 71. And let me go back to my E-Trade because I want to show this. So I bought. So yeah, I tried to get executed pretty much right at market open, 2 minutes in, and it failed. Here's where I learned a very, very hard lesson. And I hope none of you have to do this, but if you do, learn the lesson because I am way stronger for it. When I canceled my order to sell, I did not realize that with E-Trade, you have to select, whether you're buying or whether you're selling. And when you cancel an order, it kind of resets that. So it instantly went back to buy instead of sell. So in the panic of, oh my gosh, this is panicking. I was all worked up. I wasn't stable mentally. I didn't pay attention to the details of my order ticket. And my mistake was, instead of selling 180,000 shares, I accidentally bought an additional 180,000 shares. So not only was I trying to get out on a panicking stock here, but I accidentally doubled my position right here. Literally at the bottom, guys. I mean, how? Wait, no, that's not right. Where did I double my position? Hey, it's real. We're going to be real here. No, 57. Yeah, 57. So I literally doubled my position almost at bottom right here. And I can't really explain that feeling of I'm in a panicking stock. I lost to this whole freaking panic here. I mean, it was just absolutely horrible. I think if I would have got executed my sell order instead of when I bought, I don't even know. I don't know everything. I was just in sheer panic mode on this point. So when I realized what I did, I just felt dead inside. I was just tingling. So I hope you guys don't have to feel that, but also I learned so much from it. Let me gain my thoughts back. So now I'm in a completely failed stock here for 360,000 shares, and I am down to $300. And that's big for me, as this was like, my second play ever. and I was just like, wow, okay. So I am proud of myself in the sense of Tim Sykes' rules came into my head right here, and I was like, okay, I cut losses. This is a big mistake, but it could get much worse. $300, that is a controllable loss. But I don't know what this is going to do in the future, and I need to accept that loss and get out of this stock. So my only thought at this point was I need to exit this stock. So I had 360,000 shares at this point, and I placed an order to sell. A couple of them didn't get filled, and then I finally got filled at 9:41 at 55.0055, which was where was it? Oh yeah, right here. How did I get filled right here? Man. So how did I? All of this was sheer confusion. So those two failed executions. I guess I was trying to sell into something right here. So I got the worst of the worst. I mean, 55. That's inside of this consolidation here. That's just horrible. So, but my only thought was I need to sell, and yeah, look at that. It runs up the rest of the day. So this was just a painful trade all around. I mean, I don't really know what to say about this. I got a good entry. I think it was a good trade, like in the sense of my entry and my reasons for getting in were valid. It gapped up. It just panicked, and that's the price you pay. It panicked, and then I made a mistake as a rookie of just failing my executions on this thing. And if I wouldn't have done that, my loss would have been like $100 probably, So I take full responsibility for the fact that I lost $300. It did not need to be a $300 loss. That was just me. So, that's crazy, but I want to accept this loss and I want to learn from it. But I hope you guys can learn something from this. Moving forward, I am going to be playing a lot of intraday, second half. So things like this, honestly, like breakouts right here, breaking out of high of days, buying the open, dip and rips. After this play, I've had a very hard time entering into trades. And I'll get into that more later. I would love to do a video, but I don't want this to be too long. So this coming week is going to be a big week for me. I'm going to really force myself to take trades. I'm so scared of trading because of this. I'm scared of like execution problems and stuff and making another mistake. But, sometimes you have to jump in and it's going to be scary, but you'll learn to swim. And so I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to stick to my plans, and I'm going to make good trades this week. So those will be coming soon. You guys will be able to find out whether or not I did it. But I hope this helps somebody. I hope you can learn something from this. And I'll be able to look back on this in the future and be like, damn, sucks to be a newbie. But all right, you guys, let me know if there's anything that I can help with. If you guys want talk of a certain strategy, I can go over certain strategies. I can go over my thought process, watch list building, screeners. I mean, I know what it's like to have a question and not be able to find it. So if you guys ask me a question and I have the ability to answer it, you better believe I will. So feel free to comment. Let me know what I can do. And I appreciate you guys watching. All right. Bye.